Testing, testing. Okay, good. My microphone is working properly. Oh, I'd probably better shut that off before I begin. I have my alarm set for 10 o'clock, and that will do, since we're starting at 9. I wonder if any of you, if you wanna talk, I'm available. So please, feel free to tune in. Okay, bit rates doing okay. Forgive me if I'm not looking as chipper as I should, sounding as chipper as I should. Feeling like streaming. I want to keep to a schedule so that I'm not on the computer all night. No, that might be more difficult since I've taken to playing Animal Crossing, what's it called? Pocket Camp. Yes. Which has been great fun, but you can't really record that for Twitch now, can you? And even if you could, that's not what I advertised now, is it? We're doing Tropico again. And I'm happy to do it. An opportunity to just continue to make the island of Tropico continue to look good and to look even better. I'm gonna take a minute to keep doing that. Sit tight, we'll be going soon. Badger Lord Patrick again. Happy Friday night, folks. If y'all are interested in chatting, I'm more than interested in taking your chats. Let me bring up my chat bar over here. just in case. Let's see if the chat's working. Yeah, I am taking chats at the moment, by all means. Let me know if there's anything on your mind. I'm not feeling in a chatty mood, but that's alright. That's not your problem. I'm happy to take on your problems. I may not be Dr. Fraser Crane or anything like that. I'm not even Joe Pira or Bob Ross. But, yeah, no. I'm just here to hang around. Alright, well, let's get into some Tropico, shall we? Yeah, let's get into some Tropico. Now, unlike the Children of the Nile that I was playing the other night, you'll know what this is. Let me show you something. Oh, actually, you can see it here. Look what we got here, a brand new truck. I wonder what model it is, if it is one. Oh. So that's what the road is built on. No logos or anything. If you ever wondered what a brand-free world would be, it would be this one. Just look at that. Just look at that. Okay. No, really, look at that. Okay. So you got some Teamsters driving this old hunk from the 50s, and you got some Teamsters driving a 4-crew cab here. It's crazy, man. Must be because of the Modern Times expansion, but I'm not using it. Very strange. I'm not bothered, though. Ooh, and a Mini Cooper for some reason. Again, not bothered. It's just weird, that's all. Considering half of the vehicles are from the 50s, and some of them... And half of them seem to be more modern vehicles. Alright. Well, where were we? Still working on that smoked beef. Contract. Good heavens. How long has it been since I started that? Must be forever and a day. Food's looking good, so it's not because we lack food. Citizens have been going up steadily ever since 1950, of course. Let's see. Average pay is still low. We've got to do something about that. But the income disparity is low. Maybe we should bump that up a little. Maybe. Not too much, though. Okay, meal variety is high. People are eating plenty. Oh, that's the other thing. How are we doing for... We have 14 homeless. Huh. That is very concerning. Why are people not occupying housing? Let's look and see if we can find where these shacks are. 14 people living in shacks, it sounds like. Okay, so we've got one here. That's an indicator. And, well, okay, I guess that's not too surprising now that I think of it. There's no housing for a long ways out here. I did hear that ping. Okay, and there's a couple of shacks. I presume by these farms. Why would you not take up residence? I need to build more apartments there, apparently. Shack here. Okay. I'm starting to get the idea. Okay, people are building shacks in these places because, this is great and all, I'm sure, but, nobody actually does anything around here. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Sir, the army is in dire need of facilities.
Let's just see how much you really need that. Needs more army. I think, if I recall correctly, I promised to increase the size of the army, so... yeah, sure. Let's go ahead. But, that's not the most important thing, because again, yes, apparently people are not able to find enough housing. We must put an end to that. I would rather they live in the settlements that I have, but clearly that's not the arrangement they want. That's fine. I understand that. People not only want to live close to work, and again, I'm the kind of guy who bicycles to work, so I totally get that. Because this is not my gig. This isn't my gig. This is just a hobby. I've decided. Yeah. I'm perfectly content just doing this for poops and giggles. To quote Dr. Cox from Scrubs, if you've never seen Scrubs, oh kid, you've got some cool stuff to catch up on, man. But yeah, we'll build some housing over here so that this guy doesn't have to live in a shack. That's what I love about being a dictator. You can build whatever you want, wherever you want, and you can force people to do that immediately. I'm actually curious how profitable these are. It was established 1983. Oh wait, that's this year. So that's not what it means. I don't know. It seems to be working though. For the moment, it seems to be more or less profitable. Not very profitable, but profitable enough. Actually, how much are we paying our workers generally? We can boost it, I think. Oh!
See?
Hello there. Yes. Criminals? Not in my backyard.
I've never seen so many smiling people on the streets. It's almost like all mothers-in-law suddenly left the country.
That's the goal, penultimate. We're not just trying to make a just society, we're trying to make a society where people are happy. Okay, and again, oh, wow, okay. I've forgotten my own rule. I've forgotten my own dang rule. Use the money before your treasury goes into the red like this. Oh, jeez, I'm such an idiot. But if people don't want to settle here, the reason is that...
¿Qué necesitas?
The reason is because they're obviously not criminals, apparently. Jeez, I'm gonna do something about these when the next ship comes in. Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Just criminals taking that up. Ah, for pity's sakes. At least they can't say that my army is full of criminals, because they haven't killed a bloody soul. They can have killed a soul. They cannot have. There's never been a rebel, and there's never been an invasion. Now, if we ever play Tropico 5 on this channel, which I'd be willing to do, I would be more than willing to do just to get some variety, but, you know, sticking with the game.
Buenos días.
Hi. My, you're an old student to be at a high school. Yeah, well, we live and learn and all that. Okay, where was I? 25 new immigrants. Our favored trade partner is China. That's weird, considering weapons are the kind of thing you send to the Middle East. Rum you send to the Russians, canned coffee to the Americans, lumber to Europe, canned pineapple to the Americas. Tobacco, though. We're farming tobacco? I'm surprised at that. Oh, wait, yeah. Wait. That's confusing. Do you see that? Do you see? Okay, so natural resources is showed by a leaf, but literally only one of those things applies, and that's logging. Which is actually pretty good up here, but not really anywhere else. You do have some pastures, which maybe kind of applies, but fishing has nothing to do with leaves. Oil, salt, the minerals have nothing to do with leaves. Why? Why is it represented by a leaf when literally one, maybe two things really apply to leaves per natural resources? Anyway, not important. Let's see. Coffee... Oh, we do have a tobacco plantation. Well, I'll be. A bauxite deposit has been depleted. Alright, let's blow it up then and build something else over it. That is the good thing about 2 and... Tropico 3 and 4, rather, I should say, not 2 and 3. 2 is a very different game. I would like to show it someday, because it's very different. But 3 and 4 are... they're pretty much the same game, except for the fact that you can't quick build in 3, and there's not as much voice acting in 3. Actually, I prefer 3 before Absolute Power, because Juanito reminds me of a character from a Canadian television show I used to watch on PBS with my dad. And it's not only the fine memories of being up with my dad at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, which is great, but I mean, the writing in the show is actually, it's corny, but it's damn fun. The Red Green Show. And Juanito, I swear, Juanito reminds me of Buzz Sherwood. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, look for it and look for clips with Buzz Sherwood, the crazy seaplane pilot. Oh, hello there.
Foreign leader, the mighty Chinese dragon is hungry for your goods.
I'm sure you'd like that. Go away. I'm not interested. I'm interested in raising money for my Christ the Savior statue, if you don't freaking mind. Because that's been up there for like 20 years, and they're wondering when I'm going to build it. I'm wondering when I'm going to build it, because it doesn't seem to be on the table right now. Because I just don't have enough money yet. And even though I'm paying $12 an hour minimum, my workers are not happy with the situation. They're so unhappy with it that they're not even going to work properly. I mean, well, and who can blame them? I mean, look at this horrendous traffic. Everybody's gathered on this road. What are you doing? Where's everybody coming from? How are you on this road? How are you getting to... Oh.
Congratulations, Presidente. You have won the elections.
That's excellent. Yep. It was a foregone conclusion. How is everybody... Is it because that street... I've never been able to figure out traffic in this game. There's always some traffic problem that just screws everything up and makes people wait forever and a day. It's thoroughly unpleasant, and it makes getting anything done in this game an absolute pain in the ass. As you can see. Dude, why aren't you at the docks? Hey, oh, come on. What do you mean you need to sleep? I need money. You need money. We all need money in order to... Okay, he just... Wow, that was a fast nap. Well, God go with you, Seraphim. Alright, I'm gonna kick this forward a bit, because I'm impatient. And this is getting boring. Waiting for the freighter to unload because there are no bloody dock workers down here. Sheesh. Guys, 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 come on. Come on. Clearly I need to reform the roads around here, because the idea that people would come up from up here or thereabouts is not true anymore, apparently. So now they're having to weave all this way, and that's not working anymore. That's unfortunate. It was a good idea, though. For its time, but now it needs to be reformed. It was good for its time, but now it's not working, and my goods are not being shipped off in a timely manner. And that means I can't work on my glorious building projects, and that won't do. That will not do. So, we're going to build another road. A road that twists this way, and yes, I hope fixes things a little. I wonder if... Oh, you know what I really wonder at the moment? You see those clouds? That's a sign of a storm. I don't know if you saw me play my Children of the Nile game the other night, but I kind of showed how the camera works so that you can not only crawl around on the street level, kind of like I'm gonna do here, because why not? I don't have enough money to do anything I want to anyway. But you can also see the skybox in Children of the Nile, just like you can kind of see here. And you can... Now, mind you, in Children of the Nile, you can float the camera right down into the water and probably into the underworld, which is quite a spectacle. This game is almost as good. Okay, it looks like there is actually going to be no storm, which is most excellent. How are jobs coming along? Why do we still have homeless? I don't... well, we're gonna continue to have homeless until we fill up those jobs, I guess. I don't know. I should know, but I don't.
Jokure.
And happiness is going down. It was... Okay, food quality is going down a little. Housing quality is kind of going up. Religion's up. Entertainment is up, but it's still not where it needs to be. Job quality is going up a little, but it's not where it needs to be. Liberty is kind of up, kind of down, little high, little low. Healthcare quality is going up. That's great. I really need to do something about job quality, liberty, and religion, I think. And probably housing quality, but, well, that's a long... But, I mean, there are so many houses open right now, it kind of... I mean, there are so many jobs open at the moment that... Honestly, the only thing that I need is for people to come in and work for me, dang it. It's really the only thing that I need is people. Okay, it looks like this new stretch of road is improving things a little. Maybe. There are some people using it. That's good. That's very good. But where are they going to? So a lot of them are tilting this direction and going there. I wonder. I have a suspicion that this construction facility is in the way, and I should fix the road so that this little segment here doesn't exist anymore, because that seems to be creating a bottleneck. And that's the last thing we need, is a bottleneck in our transport system. Okay, housing quality is good over here. Yeah, to get people out of shacks, I think more apartments up here is a good idea. Soon to be new fields. The good thing about building apartments up here, you don't need to build a marketplace. I mean, you can, probably should, give people the option, but you don't have to. Because, I mean, look at all this free food. Why would you do that? Well. At any rate, these are the good years, the mighty and the true. Life is flowing like ketchup on beef stew. That's a reference. I do this too much, is reference things. Oh, hello there. Occasion to build... Not that I need it or anything, because Lord knows I don't have enough workers in the first place, but a police station, eventually. Okay, where else can and should I build? I saw a couple of shacks here not long ago, which probably means I should build some more apartments over here. What do you mean this can't be flattened? Time to bring out my favorite terrain leveling tool in all of Tropico. Yes, sir. That would be the bunkhouse. A nice, sturdy leveling tool can be used to turn even the hilliest of hills into an area on which you can build pristine, modern apartment blocks. That is the power of the bunkhouse. Better than any bulldozer God has ever created, because it is instant. It only costs $200, which you can get back very, very easily with this coupon. I would show it to you, but it's an invisible coupon. Granted by the bishops of Tropico, in all their wisdom. All you have to do to get it is say 3 Our Fathers, 3 Hail Marys, and bury a statue of St. Joseph underneath of the bunkhouse before you level it. Yes, I believe that's how you get... Anyway. But never mind that. Hopefully people will settle there. Let me be sure that there are... Sorry. Let me be sure that there aren't any other shacks somewhere else where shacks are bound to be a problem. Oh! We should do something about that bunkhouse. And there's a... What is that? Oh, yeah. And yeah, I am going to destroy that so that I can fix this road here and make it a bit more navigable. That's the trouble with building, like, you know, these little spurs with the sidewalks across them. It slows down traffic, which is not always what you need. Okay, and a couple of shacks up here for a couple of students who don't seem to be able to get what they need. Is it students who are having the trouble? Maybe it's students who are having the trouble. Maybe I should build a couple of dormitories. I think we would call them. I think, just, yeah. Yeah, I'll build one tenement by the school. I'll probably ask myself later, what is this doing here? I thought I destroyed all of them. I'll keep the housing quality low, just to encourage them not to be there. You know, because you don't want students freeloading off of the government in perpetuity. Right? Am I right? Of course I'm right. While we're at it, may as well add little entertainment. Because we're already going that way anyway, aren't we? Excellent. You may be wondering why there's no music. Well, the reason is because it's copyrighted, son. The music in this game is copyrighted, and they get pretty unhappy when you play the music. Especially because I might suddenly just like listening to it. I would like to do something about the music. In particular, Kevin MacLeod actually, in Compotech, the guy who plays generic music that you've probably heard before. Like if you've listened to medieval songs and you've heard one that goes like that's one of his. Or there's one that he's done recently called Farting Around, which is good. He actually is quite good at making music. He's not just making music for money's sake, because, I mean, it's all free music. It's just not just doing it for notoriety's sake, I should say. He's quite good at making music, and I'd like to use his soundtrack, but I'd need to give him credit. I'm not opposed to that. That's actually typing up all of the soundtracks that he's got would take more work than I'm willing to put in at the moment, and I'm not willing to pay for it, so I would need to give him credit in that case. I'm not willing to pay for it because, well, I won't give the number away, but I had a ridiculous heating bill because I'm very cold-blooded. That, by which I mean, I like to keep pretty warm, and I kept my heat up pretty high this past month, and when I got the bill back, it was just maddening because I'd never seen my bill that high. But I realized the cause of it. The cause of it was me taking a staycation, a vacation at home. I never stayed at Coop. They picked me up. Like, forced me to become Premier. Oh, okay. Cool. Things you learn. I don't know what I learned there, but oh, hello there.
Comrade, I have a secret task for you. It is a matter of international urgency.
I like free money. Yes. Especially when all that you're asking for is a cash crop. Yeah, I'll take $5,000. Sure, I may not get to use it, but when the boat comes in, that'll help deduct a bit. This playthrough's going pretty well. Maybe speed it up a bit. Because I can't really do anything until the boat comes in, and dang it, I want to keep building. Because, I mean, that's most of the fun for me is building things. Look at that mountain of food. Look at this. Holy crap. That's like almost the size of the apartment complex. You have 983 bags of food, and you can't put it in your shops. Really, you can't put it in your freaking shops. This is the most efficient thing for you to do. Right. Yes, absolutely. Makes perfect sense. And I'm sure that doesn't at all scare away the tourists. Not at all. Now, what do you want?
Presidente guy, I don't get you. There are tons of good, hard-working Tropicans out there, and you pick a foreigner to be a minister? You don't want to anger El Diablo, the devil.
Oh, go fuck off. You can... I don't make deals with the devil, and you should know that. I'm a Catholic. You make a pretense of being so. Oh, and you have the militia sign on your shirt from the next game. But doesn't mean that I care. Piss off. You know,
Never fear, Presidente is here.
what are you doing going to the freaking movie theater? Do not go to the freaking movie theater. Okay. Alright, he's going to the freaking movie theater. Asshole. Alright, that's enough of that.
Back to work again.
Time to go make a speech, President. Oh. And yes, they are cloning me so that if ever an assassination attempt is made on me, it'll happen to him instead. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Do we have a boat coming in? How long before it comes in, Johnny? 81,000 simoleons in debt. Oh dear. Fortunately, people are filling up the jobs. Which means I have to make more factories. Oh, happy day. Oh yeah. I like making factories and places for people to work at. But nevertheless, I did say long ago that I was going to make a Christ the Savior statue, didn't I? Let's do that, shall we? I would love to put it up here or something like that, but stupid game will not let you do that, unfortunately. So we have to build it somewhere slightly less mesmerizing, I'm afraid. Over here-ish, perhaps. That might be a good place. Or possibly overlooking the bay as the tourists come in? Tempting. But I do want it to stand for all of Tropico, and not just for the parts that are deemed to be tourist-friendly. Ooh, hello. Can I actually get a road up there so that my construction teams can build up there? That is the question. Well, if so, that's gonna be awfully difficult. Maybe it might be difficult, but not impossible. Interesting. You know what I like about this game? I really like it when I can bring out my terrain leveling tool. That might not actually be very practical, is leveling that around there. Well, could I possibly? I could actually have him overlooking the valley, but that wasn't my goal. My goal is to build up here. Is that possible? Can I build a road? I can. Okay. This is this is a possibility now. Okay. Hey, nice. Sweet. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, man. Okay, yes. This is where our Christ the Savior statue is going to be. Excellent. Overlooking the vast, tired, huddled mass of people who come into the bay. Oh, yeah. Perfect. That's where he deserves to be. Looking over his lost flock that has to deal with the profligates and the power-hungry of the world. Namely me. Oh, but not only me, I suppose. Also, you know, the capitalists, the communists, everybody who wants a piece of the power. They don't actually care about their constituents, after all. Is power dynamic political groups. Political groups don't actually care about their constituents. Maybe some do, but they're usually the naive ones. Real politicians are practical. They're trying to get things done. And the unfortunate thing is that what they're trying to get done usually is being ham-fisted by the people who don't want to get things done, who are the true and most wicked politicians. The truest politicians in the world are the ones who are interested in power for its own sake. And those sorts of politicians are most wicked. In my opinion, most despicable. Not only because I would like to have their power too, but because I realize when I think that way, when I think, I wish I were as powerful as them, I realize that I'm no longer playing the game that I want to play. And I realize I'm not going to ever win the game that they're playing. Now, I could have sour grapes about that, or I could choose to play a different game entirely. Having sour grapes, and, you know, I think part of me does have sour grapes about it, but it's not a part that I want to acknowledge. It's not a part that I want to treat with any dignity. The desire for power is... it's somewhat misdirected. I won't say it's entirely evil, because, well, I'm a Roman Catholic, and in Catholic understandings of what it means to be saved at the end of all things is that God is going to make us like himself, and that was his intention, is being as powerful as he is, but having the intentions that he has. Which is something I'm on board with. I like the idea of getting on board with God's program, and then being able to share in his power to make the universe what he will. And maybe you don't buy that, that's fine. You don't have to buy that. I'm not saying that to tell you, hey, buy this or else you can't be on my stream. I'm not saying that. Anybody's welcome here. But it's what keeps me going. But the first step of that, and it's a step that I'm wholeheartedly a part of, is, well, I want to get on track with God's program. Do what he wants me to do, not just seize power for its own sake. Seize power so that I can do with it what he wants me to. Okay, but what's my point in bringing that up? Well, my point in bringing that up is, well, politicians, generally speaking, in the world, at least as far as I've seen of them, and of course, there are good politicians who don't think this way, but the ones who pull the strings seem to be ones who want power for its own sake so they can do whatever they think is right. And what they don't realize is that without a program to kind of tell them what they ought to aim for, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. It's like if you don't have morals, what you try to get instead of morals will dictate your morals. So the pursuit of power, okay, so if you have no morals but you just want pleasure, you're going to do anything that it takes to get pleasure. If you have no morals but you just want power, you're going to do whatever it takes to get power. I'm not necessarily saying that politicians have no morals at all. For instance, I heard about these Bilderberg meetings. What I've heard, according to Jimmy Aiken, now don't quote me because I'm not very good on quoting, and don't quote him through me, but the Bilderberg meetings are dedicated to people who do want to keep the peace, which is good, but they don't invite religious persons at all. No gurus, even. No religious teachers, no bishops, no rabbis, nobody like that. They're trying to engineer a peaceful, prosperous world through entirely pragmatic means. I understand that, but what happens when you get somebody who wants peace and prosperity but on his own terms, to the contradiction of the group, but who also knows about what this group does in order to acquire peace on their own terms? What do you do when somebody doesn't fall in with that program anymore? Do you just fight them with all your might? Perhaps you do. Well, think about Trump, for instance. Now, I'm a level with you. 2016, I did not vote for him. 2020, I did. I'm not sure it was a good choice either way. I'm not sure we had any good choices. But to my knowledge, he's never been in the Bilderberg meetings. I'm not saying that that's good or bad of him. For all I know, that may just be because he is very self-important, brash, and loudmouthed. My point in speaking to all of this is not that we need a political agenda. My point is in saying, I think the political agendas are for people who... I think making political agendas is the wrong way of thinking of solving things. Because to try and solve things with political agendas is to assume that you have the right solution. I think I could just be talking out of my ass as well. I'm willing to propose that I'm talking out of my ass, and I'm going to go back to city building. So I've got $10,000 sitting around here. What can I do with the $10,000 that I've got to make this housing more attractive? After all, we are running out of job positions, and we've still got plenty of housing to go through. Well, one potential, seems to me, is we could build more factories. Seems like a winner to me, especially with this new police station we've got here. So, let's build some factories, why don't we? In particular, I think I want A furniture factory. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, but that's not the only thing we need, of course. We also need a couple of more Teamsters offices, because I did see a farm up there that was badly in need of emptying. Well, not badly in need, but in enough of need that, it would be wise. So let's go up there and, you know, I could press the Alt key and I could go through this so much quicker, but, never mind. Yeah. The only real effective politics that I take these days is, just dreaming of a better world. And this is what I'm trying to do here and now. Just dream. How can I possibly make the world better? Or what would the world look like if I could even think of it being better? Not because I can't think of a better world than this one, but, well, or rather, I certainly can wish for one, but what does a better world look like? Is something maybe... I'm trying to imagine, if not find an answer to that question. It may not be possible to provide an answer to that question. At least not for Joe Plumber like me. Or Joe Delivery Man, as the case may be. Why am I vacillating so much over this? Patience, my friend. Patience. Actually, it occurs to me that that banana plantation is probably in the way. And should be moved over here. With a sickening thud, the last truffula tree was chopped down. I don't think we're going to run out of trees anytime soon on this present playthrough, but oh. But we have run out of cash again. Fan-freaking-tastic. Do we have any construction buildings since I destroyed that last one? Okay, and is traffic moving any better? It does seem to be moving a little better, but now we're getting holdups here. Why is that? Probably because there are not enough garages. Yeah, you heard me. Garages. What an American would call a garage. Well, I am an American, so why am I using a Canadian word? Or even a British word? Call me controversial, but I think when the English pronounce words, they're doing it correctly. I mean, gosh, they invented the language after all. I don't believe in
What matter
American
requires
English.
Presidente's attention?
I
If you
believe in
want something
English.
done, do it
English.
yourself.
If Americans speak a language that's not English, it's American. Must admit, not a fan of it. American. But it has taken the world by storm, so maybe I'm underrating it. We'll say, though. My people seem interested in my speeches. Hola, ¿cómo está? That's a very good uniform you got on there.
No me interesa.
Okay, no, that is not...
Buenos días.
That's not the scientist from Half-Life.
¿Sí?
He's got a beard. The guy from Half-Life does not. take another look at the swath of humanity. There is, of course, the priest who's got his head bowed low.
No me
for-
interesa.
I don't know why. Banker with his stogie in his mouth.
Buenos días.
Teamster?
Excelencia?
A very, what is the term? A very basic player. You can see he's a free to play.
Buenas
because
tardes.
He's only got the t-shirt and the baseball cap.
¿Qué necesitas?
You have to pay to wear the little black dress that priests wear.
¿Sí?
Or to have the stogie. That costs real.
Excelencia?
Everybody knows that a good Cuban cigar costs a college degree's worth of money. Look at this. Look at this. This is the broad swath of the population. All under the Tropican flag, thanks to me.
Talk fast, I don't have all day.
Because I care, damn it.
Time to check up on my people.
Yeah, sure I do. Yeah, well, go to church, man. I question my own motives for my actions. I'm not entirely sure why I do what I do, and why I want to do it. I'm not sure why I want to do what I do. So I'm definitely not saying that wanting to make the world a better place
He's
on your
tall,
own
he's
terms.
divinely handsome, and he loves you!
Can you introduce us?
Oh, I think you know him, Sonny. Congratulations on our brand new Save Your Statue, compañeros!
I've never heard that dialogue before. That's boring. It's so vanilla, that description of him. It's a nice statue, though. It's fine. It's completely inoffensive, though. And my economy is shrinking, so I'd better do something about that. About my shrinking economy. Do we have more people coming in? We do. We need... One thing that I need to rebuild up here is a construction office. Because we desperately, desperately need to get these factories up and all. Are we delivering any resources over there? I hope not. Oh dear. I may have screwed up. I may need to slash wages in order to make up for that. In order to make up for the fact that my income seems to be hemorrhaging. I do so dislike living in a world where you have to live with needs. Live with the fact that you need things, and that if you don't tend to your needs, you're not going to be doing very much. Because you're going to be hungry, or you're going to be homeless and unprotected from the elements, which in my part of the world is a wholly unpleasant situation. Because it's like below freezing at the moment. It's like 11 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, which, for those of you who use metric, is whatever 11 degrees Fahrenheit is in Celsius. Sorry, we Americans just never learned it. Maybe you look down upon us for not learning Celsius in comparison to Fahrenheit, to which I say, Fahrenheit was given to us by a good Polish scientist. How dare you?
Presidente, the secret operation carried out by our Minister of Defense was successful.
Ooh. After spending 5 days in the wilderness dressed in a tapir costume. Okay, if you've never seen a tapir, if you've ever seen a pig, just imagine a pig with a really long nose. I believe that's what a tapir looks like. Let me double check that. But if I recall correctly, that's more or less what a... Yeah. A top pier is basically... Whoa, look at the teeth on that thing. I'm not going to go ahead and pull up... But yeah. Go look up the pictures of a top pier for yourself. But yeah, a top pier is essentially... It looks like a pig with a decently long-sized nose. What did I do to my screen here? Okay. Anyway. That's something I'm going to have to adjust later. Anyway. Excuse me. So he dressed up as a top pier and essentially managed to thwart the non-existent rebel threat. Yeah, there are no rebels on this island, so I don't know why he did that. There's no point in that. Not important. What is important is there electricity over here? There is. Good. Power saw. Good. All right. Oh.
¿Qué?
Dang it. Shoot. Shooty Kahooty. I need to get an airport in here at some point, man. Half of my island is electrified. There's no reason I couldn't. Actually, I kind of wonder if I could build the airport out... No, don't build the airport out here, because of all these trees, this is where you get your lumber from, man. Maybe. I could have and should have completed that road. There's so many things to be done. I need to complete that square before this map is finished. Shh, go away. Okay. Why didn't you take that? Why didn't you take that? That's $15,000 worth of goods that you just left on the dock. Why did you leave it on the dock? Oh, jeez. Oh. I just hate being short of money. I'm just neurotic. Well, I'm just neurotic, but I'm kind of neurotic about that in particular. I like building, and I hate running out of my money. Okay. Need to shut that down lest it takes up bandwidth. Don't need to be wasting my bandwidth. Anyway, my apologies. Just tending to practical concerns on my end. I'll bet you the reason my income has gone down is because of this new furniture factory. That would explain it. But that being the case, I should have produced other means of income. Because now I'm gonna have a pretty bad deficit. I refuse to print money in response to that. That will not make things better at all. Oh, jeez, though. But is this really any better either, though? I think building this furniture factory was a mistake. Yeah, this furniture factory was probably a mistake. I should have propped it up with better industries first. Oh well, at least I have this Christ the Savior statue anyway. Hey, bud. Hey, thank you for blessing our island. Because unfortunately your statue has now put me in $20,000 in debt for the perpetuity of this playthrough until I figure out a solution. Please grant success to this playthrough so that this statue is not just a running joke, because I don't want to make a running joke of the good Lord, of you, sir. I clicked and the lightning flashed. Do it again. No. I wonder if I was making a mockery of him. Not intentionally. Oh well. If this city does crash and burn, wait. There's one thing, though. Come here, you. Ugh. Shh. My old phone going off. Okay. Why can I never quite make enough money? Why does it always come down to me ending up in crippling debt? On account...
Presidente, as you know, the elections in Tropico...
Shut up. I know, yeah. Job satisfaction. It's not that people aren't employed, though they will be soon enough, I guess. But, yeah, I'm just doing this to please people at the moment. That's enough.
Hard-working friends. I want to stress the great progress we have made. Production has increased steadily.
I think God is angry at me.
25% in some areas.
I think God is very angry
We
at me.
will complete the 5-year plan in 4 years. This is progress.
Oh,
Yes,
well, at
there
least
are
only
problems.
one building
There
was
will
destroyed.
always be problems.
And it wasn't anything
especially in the
vitally
current
important.
economic situation. The high unemployment, about which I hear so much these days, is one of them. And it will be resolved, as will all others, in time, as the global economy stabilizes. Through the years
dear.
of my presidency, I have received your gratitude.
At least I'm in power,
my
anyway.
compañeros. Alas, I am nothing but a humble
Ah,
servant.
this furniture
You
factory
are
was a
my masters,
mistake.
my employers. I have to pause and thank those who keep us strong together. The Tropico nationalists. I have great plans for Tropico. Plans that will be fed by everyone, even the least fortunate of you. I won't try to blind you with empty promises. I will only promise you honesty and hard work.
So 10,000, 50... Oh, dear.
Fatherland or death, we will win!
Okay, so 20,000, 10,000, okay, we are beginning to close the gap, but it's still not enough. I'm either going to have to take some austerity measures, which is not going to be popular. I'm going to need to find some creative ways to close the gap here. Because this is not working. This is not working. Why isn't this working? What's the... Okay, let's take a minute to look at the economy and see what is the trouble here. Well, the balance has been wild, extremely wild, pretty much the whole time, actually. What's costing us so much? I don't know, but expenses just keep growing. Maybe what I need is more tourist buildings, really. Maybe. I think it's probably that I have too many service buildings, honestly. Well, without mining keeping things up, I could see it, I guess. We have no free... Wait, oh, that's important. No free jobs means, yes, shut the borders. I think they can do that. Actually, maybe we'll kick some people off. Maybe we'll let some people get out. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Let some people leave, let things chill a bit, and kick you away. Yeah, because this is always an attractive feature of any island paradise, is the Shackville right outside of your cathedral. Well, at least they know where to go to get help. Not the fire station, mind you, which would actually increase their quality of living ever so marginally, but yeah, sure. Right next to the cathedral. Yep. That is where the homeless do tend to congregate. I will give them that. The homeless do realize that the religious do have a prerogative to try and help them a bit. What do you mean, not enough power? What are you... Is it because... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, that's bad. We don't have power because we don't have uranium. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all.
President, the U.S. Senate is not happy with you and expects urgent measures.
Good riddance. I'm not making machine cigars. You're not even gonna give me money for that? Go away. Just go. Just go away. Tourists have arrived on the island. On the bright side, it looks like I am closing the gap. But on the negative side, it's because we're not producing any bloody power. Okay, shh, stop. Stop. We're gonna build another factory. It will not be that one, it will not be that one, it will... I don't have the money to do that one, sadly. Well, I did have enough sugar that I could give sugar to the USSR within one go. Yeah, let's do that. I wish I had enough for cigar factories, but it's just not in the cards, not at this time. Let's build another rum distillery. I think that will help alleviate some of my problems. Not all, but some. If I can find a place for it. Is this gonna require a bit more landscaping? I think it might require a bit more landscaping. The shanty is not as efficient at terraforming, but it can do. It doesn't really do. It doesn't do for me. It doesn't do for my constituents either, but yeah, I think the bunkhouse is the way to go here. I'm building frantically like a madman because I can't go on building a beautiful island if I don't have the money to do so. So I'm panicking a little? I think, yes, I think panic is the right word. Okay, is that gonna be enough? Is that gonna... Just enough clearance. All right. Can I build anything else? No more factories. How about a logging camp? Right outside here? maybe? That might help. Of course, if it doesn't, well... How are we doing for housing, by the way? We do have plenty of open job slots, but the problem is we have just as many people who don't have work, so we really don't have either free job slots or free housing. So we really can't take anybody in. So my current policy of kicking people out is probably the best idea for them. Man, it's amazing how things can go within the span of a couple of years from having the money and jobs for people to come in to not. Yeah, it's just absolutely wild. Perhaps if I had paid a little more attention, oh well. People on the ground probably aren't very happy about it. I wouldn't blame them, frankly. Well, alright. Let's see if that does anything. Please, 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 Christ the Savior statue. Save my people from the misery of unemployment and homelessness, because, well, we all want a happy island. I want a happy island. They want a happy island. There's nobody who doesn't want a happy island. Because I go neurotic otherwise. And when I go neurotic, the world becomes a bad place. The power crisis. Oh, this is bad, man. Oh, this is so bad.
And now, Father Jim with comments on the new rum factory.
The God-fearing Tropicans have always made and used rum for our daily praise of the Lord. Now, with industrial qualities of rum, we will send our joy to God, and He will give us His blessing.
Fortunately, it does... Speaking of Bilderberg, I understand Henry Kissinger was always at the Bilderberg conferences.
¿Sí?
Los jóvenes de ahora no respetan nada.
One thing I will say in the favor of people who do want to control the world and to make it peaceful but also prosperous, on the bright side, at very least, they aren't demanding that we build statues of them. At least, they aren't demanding that the whole world build statues of them. We've been there before. Caesar was that kind of potentate. So, I will say, if there are any rich billionaires who think that they have all the answers to world poverty, etc., who are watching this, or whoever do watch this, I will say thank you at very least that we aren't making statues to you, at least not all the time, for everybody to have to pay attention to, the way Caesar made us pay attention to him and crown him as an equal of the gods and all of that nonsense. Thank you for that. I do at least appreciate that token amount of modesty on your part. That is very meaningful to me, because I don't want to have to worship a statue of John D. Rockefeller. I don't think anybody wants to do that. I don't think anybody wants us to do that. And if that truly and well be the case, I am truly grateful that it is. I wouldn't bow down and worship a statue of any of the movers and shakers of our time anyway. I think that's the most that I can say. That's also why... Oh. That's also why I will never build this. I have no interest in building that whatsoever, because I have no interest in gaining a cult of popularity. I have no interest in anybody caring about my person whatsoever. And you know, I haven't thought about it, but maybe the folks who try and run the world have no interest in that too. I hope they don't. It doesn't seem entirely that they are, but there are different types of pride, after all. There is taking pride in other people cheering you on and approving of your work. There's that kind of pride. That's the kind of pride that Caesar wanted, which is probably why he was stabbed in, I believe it was the chest, as well as in the groin. Anyway. But there is also taking pride in the fact that your will can't be opposed. In the sheer capacity to not care about what other people think of you. What do you mean, not enough trees to continue production? There's trees here. Fine. I'll tear that down. Since obviously you don't think there are any trees here. What's with you? Holy crap. There are trees here for days. Pay attention, monkeys. And I don't mean my lumberjacks, I mean the people who program this thing. Anyway. Guess that means we're gonna have to build more lumberjacks out here. That's fine. Let's build some more tenements too while we're at it. More tenements. Another plantation for a little more coffee. Why not? Actually, before I do that, let's build another garden. Let's build a garden over here. With the front of that building more or less being the center. Yeah, that'll do. Few umbrellas. Religion quality is going down. Oh, shit. I'm kind of becoming kind of the very thing that I claim to be fighting. Let's fix that, shall we? Let's build a couple of new churches. Let's give people religion, because religion has done good things for the way that I think about the world. I would probably be a much more bitter and more conspiratorial person if it was not for the good Lord. I'm very thankful for the, if nothing else, the direction that I've gotten from the Catholic Church. Say what you will about Catholicism and its politics, and there's a lot that can be said. There's a lot that I'll say about it. Not right now. I have my opinions, and I'm sure a lot of you might as well too. What I can say, though, is the direction I've gotten has been useful for me. It's given me purpose. Not saying that atheists or Protestants or Orthodox or whomever can't also have direction from whatever gives them meaning in their life. I mean, even selfish people can have direction in their lives just from caring about number one. I get that. I understand that, and there are times when I'm selfish too. A lot of times when I'm selfish. I mean, and very naturally, because, I mean, the human person, you can't really see things from any perspective other than your own. No, as long as you're alive on this earth, you don't see the whole picture. You see what you have in front of you. And if you take the time to reflect on what all that is, you realize that that's not very much. What I see in my day-to-day life is a very small part of a much bigger picture that I will never see the full scope of in this life. I may never see it. I hope to, but if I don't, well, that wouldn't be too surprising. My hope is, though, is to realize that I don't have all the answers. To realize I don't have all the answers. And to do the best that I can given what I have at my disposal. Not just in terms of money, but also in terms of what my talents are. What can I do? What are things that I'm good at that I can do for the world? Or what are some things that I see that the world needs that I'd like to get good at? I'm good at computer games. I know I'm good at computer games. Poor profits. That's true. Yeah, no, that's... I don't have much sympathy with the capitalists, but on the other hand, I do tend to create an egalitarian society, and so the fact that profits have been bad has been bad for everybody. I've been considering cutting wages, so I should do something to fix the profit margins quite a bit. And I'm doing it. It's not perfect yet. I'm still building new industries and new apartments, etc. And yes, we are having power outages because I just couldn't afford uranium. Maybe I'd better save some money on that account for when the next ship comes in. Please, I hope the next ship has uranium because we desperately need it. I think, though, I will take what little I have left and build one cigar factory. At least one. Okay, we've got a little cash left over after that. Alright. Good. Maybe we'll be able to get some uranium, too. Please, I hope we can get some more uranium. 'Cause we need it. We need it badly. We very, very badly need uranium. I'm even willing to bump up the imports a bit just to make sure that I have enough. Okay. I'm just gonna let that sit and run for a while because it's gonna need to. So why do I build my island the way I do? Well, I do want my people to be happier. They are not presently as happy as they were 10 years ago. 10 years ago, okay, maybe 10 years ago they were about that same level. Let's actually have a look here. How's our happiness doing? Our happiness level is about where it was at 1983. It is still higher than it was in 1980, which is good, but it's going down again. Because we don't have enough churches, and, well, because entertainment is kind of staying steady. Job satisfaction is not steady, however. People are not happy with the stagnation of wages. That is still a problem.
Presidente, our Minister of Economics has managed to sell a shipment of refrigerators to an Eskimo settlement at the North Pole.
Oh, yes! Just the break I needed. Good, good, good. That's gonna help a lot. Maybe we'll be able to get some uranium soon, dudes? We need... If we don't get any uranium, I'm gonna build some wind generators. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting for the uranium to kick in because we badly need power. My island's been running without it for like 2 years or something like that. This is not good. Where was that? Was it here? There it is. Build 5 new attractions.
There is an opportunity here that can make us all rich.
While I was counting my money, I was thinking about how to make even more money. Then I saw it, a market niche that is yet unexplored, and if exploited can bring us tons of cash. I might even hire someone to count the money for me. Nah, okay, I can't do a Trump impression. Nah, it's too much fun to do. Anyway, here's the deal. Build 5 new attractions. Okay. I did say I was going to improve the entertainment, and I mean that. I do intend to fix the entertainment problem, because it is a problem. It's among my lower satisfactions that my people have. So yeah, I definitely want to fix that. First thing I want to do to fix that is get some uranium. Where's the uranium? We need freaking uranium. Come on. Huh. So much for being chill about this. Come on. No money for you. Frankly, I should just ignore it, but I can never quite pass up the opportunity to tell somebody to piss off. Unless it would be economically unfeasible, you follow. Alright, but we need electricity. I'm tired of waiting. Let's build some wind turbines. Building them up here doesn't seem any more useful than anywhere else, but what the hell. It's as good a place as any. I did actually hear about, I have to look them up again, but apparently a company in Tunisia developed about 10 years ago a new technology for capturing wind power. I'll need to look it up again. What was it called again? What was it again? It was a bladeless turbine. And the first story about it was in 2012. Saphonian turbines. I don't think anything really came of it. It looked like a pretty weird, whirly gig there that... It looked kind of like a broken... I heard it described as a broken satellite dish, and that seems an apt description of what it is. Of what it looks like, rather. It looks like a broken satellite dish. A Saphonian, so S-A-P-H-O-N-I-N... Saphonian turbine. It looks like, it looks very strange. It looks like a satellite dish fluttering around on an arm like it's broken or something like that. It's very odd, but very interesting. Gonna kick that down. Gonna kick that down. Because I'm attempting to be humane on this island, it It's not easy, but it's gotta be done, man. Okay. And my builders are going to work. Speaking of Bilderbergs, my city... I wonder if I could build a city of builders. Comme ça. Oh, sacred heart of Jesus, have mercy on us. Funnily enough, actually. The priest did preach on the Sacred Heart this evening. The real people worth emulating, in his estimation, are the people who are willing to lay down their lives so that you can have a life worth living. Our economy minister passed away due to pneumonia. Her successor will be Leonor Castro. We must keep business going, after all.
See?
Help! I am innocent. No, you're not. You're a criminal. Please, give me a break. Am I ever gonna get out of this slump? Jeez. There we go. It's still not enough power, but... at least it's getting some of our factories working again. Do I have... okay, no, I don't have enough power to get that working properly. That'll have to do for the moment, though. What? Ha 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 ha. Okay. We are having a serious homeless problem here. Okay, no more immigration for the foreseeable future, because we just got too many mouths to feed, man.
My son, I visited a so-called Museum of Modern Art and was appalled at what I saw. The vile and grotesque shapes, the ungodly messages.
This place is a madhouse. Yes, it probably is. And we must stop innocent souls from entering this den of evil. I wouldn't say modern art is necessarily evil so much as incoherent, but I was too afraid to tell the big boss in the sky about this. He might get into the Old Testament mode. I beg you, destroy all museums of modern art before it is too late. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. The intellectuals are pretty... in this game, they're mostly unobtrusive. So we're not going to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is ugly as sin, but there are no other museums to be had in this game. Oh, except the Presidential Museum, but... I mean, it didn't occur to these people, well, if you're gonna have museums, how about a museum of history? A museum of natural history? Natural selection? Something to that effect. A museum of science. Probably the best. A museum of natural science. That's the one I'm looking for. I don't think having two docks is working in my favor. Kind of is, but kind of really isn't. Do we have... okay, good, we have electricity again. Now that we have electricity again...
Comrade, I have a
Go
secret
away.
task for you.
Shush. Now that we have electricity again, across all the dang island, it's high time that we upgrade these factories. It's long overdue that we fix up these factories and make them better. Let's see. I would say exhaust fans is probably a good start. Exhaust fans and a sawdust burner, which kind of sort of slightly cancel each other out. Hopefully that'll help a little. Okay, exports are going well. Just gotta wait a couple of more months for the ship to come in. Okay, yeah, I think the wind turbines saved my butt there. The wind turbines let me have something like a functioning economy until... Okay, and happiness is going up again. Good, good. That's... Oh, that's a relief. My religion is still not where it needs to be, though. I need more cathedrals, apparently. This has been a very unhappy playthrough. There's been so much debt and so much crisis that this has not been as relaxing as I would have liked. My sincere apologies for the quality of this. I was intending this to be a chill stream, but it's been anything but. This has been ridiculous. Oh, jeez. But I think we're back on track. Thank goodness for that minister who was able to boost the prices of things for a couple of years. That was a godsend. You know what? Yeah, it was. Yeah. You're all right, dude. I'm glad I built you. I'm glad I built you because you introduced my country to cheap, free power. Oh. And then, of course, there's these guys. Gotta do something about these guys. Yeah. Gotta do something about you. You can't go around roaming free. Cannot wait for my ship to come in. Okay, good. It's in. Now, quick! Upgrade those factories. Pronto. And, get more people into housing. Stop. Wait. Stop. Yes. Okay. Machine-rolled cigars produces a lot more. It produces 50% more, but they're a little bit cheaper. Totally worth it, if you ask me. So forgive me for forgive me for bringing up politics earlier. It's not that I mind talking about politics, because I especially don't think I don't think I have the same goals as people who normally talk about politics. I'm not interested in pushing an agenda per se. I mean, I'm Catholic. I'm always big on the faith, but I'm not about the whole forced conversion thing. Some people might be that way. That's not my understanding of what I've been taught to do. Okay. I only bring up politics because, well, this is a political game. So, naturally you're going to be thinking, well, what would I do? What would I do in relation to if this were like American politics? Or something like that. This game being about people, and about you being a controller of people, makes you wonder. What is it that we're trying to do here? What is it that we want to do? What is it that I want to do? What kind of world is it that I'm actually trying to produce? With the resources at my disposal. What is it that I'm trying to give to my people? I hope the answer proves to be, I want to be a benevolent person. Another thing I hope is that I hope that that's not just something I want, and it's not just something that other people want me to be, if you take my meaning. I hope it's something that people really want to be. I hope people do want to be benevolent people to each other. And I hope that I can encourage a world where people are want to be nicer to each other, want to treat each other with the dignity that's worthy of themselves. I don't think that just because you're rich and you have plans for making the world a better place, that means you're a bad person. On the contrary, I can see you're trying to do something good. You're going about it the wrong way, but you're trying to do something good. I get that. What I'd rather have, though, is not just an end of poverty, which is a good thing in and of itself, but it's not the best thing. There are better things than ending poverty. It's a great thing to want. I'm never going to argue against anybody who wants to end poverty, but I am going to argue that there may be something more important than that. There aren't many things more important than that. I would say, if we live in a universe that's made up of hundreds of thousands of different things, I'd say there's maybe 100 things that might possibly be more important than ending world poverty. But being 101 in a world of 100,000 things is still a pretty high priority, so I get it. Poverty is a problem, and we don't want to leave people in it because it's such a miserable thing. I get it. But among the things that I think is more important than bringing people out of poverty is something I'm trying to get at through my playthroughs. Some I'm trying to discover in myself and perhaps show to others. One thing that's more important than keeping the world from poverty is making sure that the world is beautiful. Making sure that the world looks good. You don't want people to have money but have nothing worth spending it on. You don't want to give them a world that's ugly. You don't want to give them a world that's nothing but advertisements. And advertisements shouldn't be the only beautiful thing that they see. No. They shouldn't have to owe their thanks to Walmart. They shouldn't have to owe their thanks to Pepsi-Cola or to Coca-Cola or to McDonald's. But when you make something beautiful, you're telling people this is important. This is worth giving your time and your credit to. This is worth not just giving your money over, but your attention. I want people to give their attention to things that are not me. I don't want people to give their attention to me per se, which is a very strange thing for a Twitch streamer to say. Because you'd think you actually would want people to give attention to you, right? Well, I mean, I'd like it if people listened to me, but I'd like it if they listened to me and then not just held me up as a great speaker, but if they see something wise to do, whatever is wise in what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but I just want something that I don't see in the world, and if other people see it and can live it out, on account of my rambling on and trying to simulate a beautiful world, maybe I've done something worthwhile here. I don't know. I hope so. I hope this has been worthwhile, on that account, if no other. If I've inspired somebody to do something worth bothering about. One of those 100 things that's more important than just getting people out of basic poverty. Like feeding the soul. Giving people something to hope for. Or whatever. I don't know. If I've managed to encourage people to do that, to feed themselves spiritual food, or to feed somebody else who needs hope, if I've encouraged anybody to love God more, if I've encouraged others to look for God, because God has given me so many good gifts that I want to share them. I don't know what I'm sharing here. I hope I'm sharing something useful and showing that I want to care for these people. I feel like it's not that valuable to want to care for a bunch of pixel people, though, you know? You want it to be true, though. You want it to be something worthwhile, though. That statue was not a good placement of a statue, and I can't place another one. Oh well. That'll do for the moment, though. We'll have this finished by the end of the playthrough. I don't know when this playthrough ends, actually, though. Probably whenever I want it to. I'm not sure. I hope, though, that this is somehow making the world better than I left it. I don't know how it would be, but I want the world to be better than when I left it, and if nothing else, I'm at least showing people my desire for it. And that's probably not enough, but it's something.
My fellow constituents, the importance of the upcoming elections has brought me before you. We are one step closer to our goals. Victory is almost upon us, but we must still push forward.
You know, it just occurred to me that tourists.
Yes, there are problems. There will always be problems, especially in the current economic situation. The lack of priests, about which I hear so much these days, is one of them, and it will be resolved, as will all others, in time, as the global economy stabilizes.
Oh yeah, that's
through
just
the years of my presidency.
Crappy motel right next to his statue.
Your gratitude.
Can we at least make it a slightly classy place?
I am nothing but a humble servant, and you are my masters, my employers. Now is the time to show my respect to the capitalists, providing the wealth of Tropico. No one can deny the amazing development that is happening in Tropico within just one mandate. I have an even more astonishing future in store for all of you. I won't try to blind you with empty promises. I will only promise you honesty and hard work. God bless you and good day.
Now, in case you can't tell what I'm attempting to do here, just enough space. Yeah. Oh, yeah, perfect. Beautiful. Excellent. Just enough space for a hotel. Little tiny hotel. I don't know how they're going to rest being right next to a turbine, but maybe being right next to Christ the Savior will do them good. Just as me having him on the island has done me good, and will do me good. And God bless us, everyone. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean. Or maybe you don't, and that's alright. Because I don't either. We will have money soon, though. Go away. Shut up. No, China, no nationalists. I'm not interested in cutting deals with you, because you are the scum of the earth. Funnily enough, for the same reason, because you're very jingoist. At least in this game. Okay. Goat cheese is up. That's good. As a friend of mine would say, well, that's good. She's a nice gal, she is. Not the most emotive, but I've had good times with her. She's... You know, I should hang out with her a little more. I could... She, yeah... Anyway, if it's not obvious that I'm not always comfortable talking about the people in my life, not because I think they're bad people, but I don't always know what to do with what other people want as far as privacy is concerned, or whatever. I just kind of hold my cards close to my chest. Whoa, a lot of input storage there. Why is the output storage not? Because there's no power, of course. Yeah, of course that's the problem. Why aren't we importing uranium? We need uranium. Why aren't we importing uranium? We still don't have enough freaking jobs. Okay. I propose a okay, that's not gonna happen, actually, because I don't have the power for it. I propose, though, nevertheless, that we improve our tourist industry a bit. So I've got a hotel up there, but that shouldn't be the only hotel. No, no, no. Let's keep the party going, shall we? Let's keep improving the amount of tourist facilities that we have. Shall we? I think so. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we got a tourist collection of villas over there. We can get a tour office for no apparent reason. Wait a minute. Not there, not there, not there, not there. Up on the side of the mountain, where we built the Christ Redeemer statue. Oh wait, Christ Savior statue. We can build a tourist office up here, and we can just let people look around the view. Yeah, sure, that makes good sense to me. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ethnic enclave? Yeah, let's fabricate an ethnic enclave that we've disturbed on account of the fact that we've built these mills here. Mills? Wind turbines. Why do we still have so many homeless? We shouldn't have so many bleeding homeless people here. There's no cause for that. We've got houses, man. Well, I didn't expect to be needing so many projects, but I guess we're building more projects. Gonna go ahead and demolish that, by the way.
Tropico is currently short on cash. What is your take on the situation, Penultimate?
I blame the unemployed. Get a job, you slubs!
Wow. Okay. Usually that would be one of the first things that you hear is the Tropico is short on cash blurb. Apparently it took 43 years for that to come up, though. Huh. Very strange. This playthrough has been quite an exciting ride. Our foreign minister passed away. Well, we can't have that. We haven't had the Pope here yet. You know what? I think that might be a good conclusion to our stream. Having the freaking Pope here. Once the next ship comes in, of course.
See?
Nah, we'd better not. Yeah. I don't think having two docks is working in my favor. I've said this quite a bit already. But it's splitting my profits, and it's meaning I'm not getting all my profits all at once, and that's a problem. On the bright side, hotels are going up, not as quickly as I would like, but they're going up. People are getting employed. We will have tourists to make up some of the shortfall. What we don't seem to have, however, is a great deal of docker cooperation. Jeez. You lazy bums, come on. I pay you well enough. I pay you more than any other non-educated worker. Why can't you make this work? The economy's only gonna be as good as you guys make it, so please, please do your jobs. Alright. We are gonna end this stream with the Pope, though, and not before. Did I... no, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at OBS and it looks weird, so... My apologies. I'm fairly... I just returned to streaming and I was never very good to begin with, so... Thank you for your cooperation. I'm glad if this stream has been somewhat more worthwhile than usual. It was entirely by accident, I swear. Alright. We are going to end tonight's revelries with a couple of new buildings, because we have decided to focus on the tourist industry. Because industry, as such, doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to. It seems to be creating as many headaches as anything. We're going to build a couple of new attractions, but not only that, we're also going to build a new cathedral, and we're going to have the Pope over to enjoy it, to consecrate it, and to bless the Tropican people. That'll be a good upper ending, I think, for what has been a true roller coaster of a stream. This has been a very anxiety-inducing stream for me, and I'm very glad that we returned to normality. Normalcy is not a word. And it'll be really good to end on a high note. Getting a few more tenements. Unemployment is back and is a problem. Oh, no, it's not. We just need to get people employed is all. But aside from that, no. Okay, great. Awesome. Wow. Okay. That just completely changed this stream. This is crazy. This stream has been absolutely nuts. It has been top-notch crazy since the start. But we're going to prepare a nice place for the Pope to come to. We might improve it in the future, but so far, so far so good. So far so good. That's not bad. I mean, it could be straighter, but yeah, it's not bad. Especially from this angle. Got a market here, which we'll quick build in a second. We are not going to put towers over here, but we will put trees. Gardens and trees, yes. You know, it looks more symmetrical than it is, which is unfortunate. Let's put some equally impressive fountains over here to kind of balance things out a little. 3 fountains and a coin, each one bleeding happiness. Wait a minute. I don't think that's how that song goes. No, we're not gonna put that statue there. I wish I could put another of those. I don't think that will work. That's a good garden there, with a pretty decent little market there. Reminiscent of our Lord's words. You have made my father's house a den of robbers. Except I haven't, because this is the garden outside, and I have not built a wall outside of it, so should be fine, right? Alright, once I get that cathedral built up, hopefully that will improve my people's religious happiness a bit, and then I can get the Pope in, and we'll bring this stream to a wrap-up. I think this has been a very interesting stream, if nothing else. I hope it was entertaining for anybody who decided to watch it all the way through. I really hope it managed to help encourage people to think about some new ideas. New ideas that maybe will encourage you to see the world in a different way from the way you usually would. Being tired of a world that revolves around the same gambits and priorities that you're tired of hearing about on the news every night. Shut off the news. Just shut off the dang news. The news never did me any good. Best advice my English teacher, my creative writing teacher in high school said is, you'll be a lot happier if you just don't watch the nightly news. Nightly news was not a thing until, like, 100 years ago. There's no reason that we need the news in our life. We don't need to hear disconnected bits of information about parts of the world which we can have no coherent opinions on because we don't know anything about those parts of the world. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the world. Let the parts of the world that have their own problems worry about their own problems, because they're the best ones to handle their problems. Just like you're the best person to know what you need to handle your problems. Provided you have a little guidance. But you gotta talk it over with someone. Just having some stranger interject, you know, you really ought to go on Quaaludes. Or, you know, maybe a bit of fundamentalist Lutheran fellowship is just the thing that you need in your life to bring you to a place of peace and inner serenity. Comments like this are not helpful. You need somebody, ultimately at the end of the day, I think the thing I want to convey is that at the end of the day, you need somebody who gets your problems to talk with you about your problems. And you just want them to listen to you. That'll help you a lot. Just being heard helps a lot. And even if nobody has a real solution, just being heard helps so much. Everybody has a crazy life story, and everybody wants to be heard. And that's half the reason half the reason I make this stream is so that I can be heard by people who like the games that I like to play. But, you know, if anybody wants to tell their problems to me, or to the wider internet world, nobody knows what your problems really are, so and nobody knows what my problems are, so I'm always willing to listen, and I'm sure lots of other people are willing to be entertained by other people's sob stories. Maybe that's insensitive to say. I don't exactly mean it that way, but... Okay, I've spent enough money, I've spent enough time. I'm going to wait, and then we're going to get this edict. We're gonna have the Pope over. Everybody's gonna have more respect, and churches and cathedrals are gonna go up, and that means our happiness is gonna go up. Although it looks like everything except job quality is up. Which is good, but getting religious quality up would be nice.
Presidente, you have ruled Tropico for quite a long time. You have 5 more years to remain in power. Use them wisely.
Well, I guess that tells us when this stream ends. Next time will be the stunning conclusion, I think. But before we do that, I am gonna have the Pope over. I said I was gonna have the Pope over. I'm gonna... Oh,
Presidente, there has been a huge revolution in several Middle Eastern countries. Several leaders supported by the U.S. are likely to be replaced soon. However, the revolutions are led by what some call extremists.
There's no right answer to these, I don't think. That's entirely the point of those exercises, which is not actually correct because you're supposed to have nuance. But again, this is politics. There's no place for nuance in politics. Not the way it's performed here, and probably not as it's performed in the world. Okay, but let's get this ship unloaded, and then we can invite the Pope. Yes! Let's end this stream on a high note with the Pope. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Come on. Come on, get us in the Yes! Okay. And we're doing it. End this stream, we're gonna have the Pope over. Do I hear the Pope mobile? If we invite His Holiness, the religious faction will be ecstatic for at least 3 years, and the respect of all others will rise as well. Priests and bishops will be extra motivated to condemn all sin. Oh, come on, that's not how it works. Shush. So the quality of service in our religious buildings will improve for the duration of the edict. That will probably be true. It's not because we're all about beating the shit out of sinners. I am going to say that now. It's going to be because the love and the mercy of John Paul II, who would have been Pope at this time, is going to radiate through all the Tropicans on the island. Because we're not bloody Calvinists. Sorry, Calvinists. Y'all are very big on double predestination. That's not how we do things here in the Catholic Church. In the Catholic Church, okay, we're not universalists. We don't say everybody is going to be saved, but damn it, we want everybody to be saved. And that's what Pope John Paul was big about, and that's what the current Pope is big on. You may not like him. Whatever. We're going to end on that note. We're going to end on the Pope's coming. He's going to share the love and joy of the gospel with the Tropican people. And it's going to be glorious whenever he gets here. If he gets here.
Presidente, a hurricane is coming this way. We should hide underground.
Stay tuned next time for the stunning conclusion of the Pretty City Touristico scenario that we are playing on Tropico. It's been a pleasure, guys. This has been Badger Lord Patrick here. Hurricane Casmira when we get back next Friday for the stunning conclusion. Peace out to you, God love you, and have a good week. And